So hey y'all, it's your girl Reality and True Form. I cannot carry my butt to sleep after I got off from work. I had the night from hell. But in the midst of my sleepiness, I came up with this and I wanted to read this to you. And then I want to talk about exactly what I meant. Now, so you already see the title to this video. I'm in the process of thinking what it is, so you see the title to this video. But this video is basically talking about my conceptions or beliefs as a single woman in 2012. I've been single, it'll be February 14th for 6 years. I have not been able to hold or have a relationship with anybody. And when I call a relationship, it's nothing that's fly by. It's something that's longer than 30 days, something longer than 60 days. Basically something 6 months and above. I have not been able to hold a stable relationship. Not even a stable relationship then, but a relationship since 2006, February 14th. So excuse me, put on my glasses because I can't see nothing. And then we're going to get into what I mean by this. It says, sometimes I feel like a flower in a garden, and the gardener keeps picking the other flowers for the bouquet. Sometimes it makes me question why I wasn't picked to be in the bouquet. After years of being in the garden by myself, I realize that maybe I have not blossomed into the flower that I could become. One day very soon I will be picked. But until I blossom, not a day sooner or later. And it says random thoughts. So to interject on what I just said, I want to break that down into segments, and then we could just talk about how I feel about it in a whole. And it seems like, let me just pick a sentence and then go from there. And it says, I feel like I'm a beautiful flower in the garden, and the gardeners keep picking other flowers for the bouquet. As a woman, especially a woman who's been single as long as I have, it's hard to sit back and watch sometimes other people get married, other people be in relationships, other people have kids. I have no kids. Other people have those things in life that you really want and you don't have. But you have to realize nowadays everything that looks good isn't really good. They may have what you want, but you don't know the struggles that they're having with that situation that they do have. Maybe everything is peaches and cream, but you don't know that. So to sit there and contemplate on what the Joneses have, that don't mean shit. Because you could, you could get that, and let's move on because I'm going into another part of what I want to say. It says sometimes it makes me question why I wasn't picked for the bouquet. See, now I know I just cursed, but please bear with me. Okay. Sometimes, especially if you're a religious person, if you're not, I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but if you're a religious person, sometimes you just can't question what God is doing in your life. You just can't do it. I mean, you just can't do it. You gotta just trust and believe that if you believe in God, that He's not gonna do anything to hurt you, or He wouldn't bring you to a place where He knew you could not handle this, that, or the other. You know what I'm saying? So basically, in a sense, it's like I put that on Facebook, and like I'm just preaching to my damn self. I'm just preaching to myself. Okay, moving on. It says, so after years, yes, years of being in the garden by myself, I realized that I have not bloomed to the flower I can become. Sometimes it takes being by yourself to realize your faults. See, some people don't realize I ain't got nothing wrong with me. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't know why I ain't got no man. Sometimes I say I have an attitude problem. Point blank, serious. I don't take no crap. I guess because I've been through so much for so long, I just don't take nothing. I'll give a person a chance, but whatever. I have my own faults. And sometimes God uses that time to make you, mold you, and blossom you. into the person that you can become. So if he wants to bring you a mate, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could be cohesive together. Why would he bring that mate to you, and you're not in the correct part of your life that you need to be in to have that relationship valuable and to have that relationship meaningful and to have it what he wants it to be, which is a long-term commitment. So basically, if you're not ready, it's not gonna work. All right, I thought about something else when I was sleeping. If anybody knows, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. But this is the way I see it in my mind. When the sun is shining outside, and say for instance, the where the flower is planted, it's not getting direct sunlight. The flower will actually tilt itself towards the light to gather the sunlight in order to create the nutrients within itself to filter through the ground and make food for it to keep growing. I think that's what I remember from school, right? So basically, the flower will alter its direction to get what it needs and wants. Okay, here's this thing. If I'm this flower in this garden and I keep wondering why I'm not being picked, so I'm gonna just alter myself. Well, I'm gonna get my light myself. I'm gonna get this myself. But guess what? Maybe if you've been too much one direction, trying to hurry yourself up on to keep on growing and growing, what if you bend yourself so much that you break? Sometimes in life, and this brings me to another point. Sometimes in life, we try to alter what we want for ourselves so much that we end up creating a situation where we end up breaking. We end up getting into a situation that's too much for us to handle, and we can't handle the weight. Because if a flower is one stem and you got this big beautiful flower on top, but if it leans too much, what is going to become top heavy? The load is going to be too heavy for the flower to hold its own weight, and it's going to crack. Anybody ever planted some gladiolas? And it please, if you don't have a foundation behind the flower, because it sprouts like one flower and then another flower and then another flower, and so it gets all the way to the top. But when it gets to the top, you notice the flower starts to do this. It starts to do this, and eventually it bends right here and breaks, or the flower dies. You know what I'm saying? Don't kill yourself mentally or emotionally trying to rush things in your life that can't happen right now because it's not in your season. Saying season brings me to another point. Say, for instance, that particular flower, some flowers bloom in the spring, some flowers bloom in the summer, some flowers bloom in the fall. Well, maybe she was plucking all the flowers for the spring, but you're a winter flower. Maybe it's not your season. I believe God has an individual season for everybody. It's just how you live your life and harness your blessings, and everything will culminate into being your season. We can't rush what God has for us. We can't do it. And like the last part says, one day very soon, I'll be picked. But until I blossom, not a day sooner or later. Like I said before, God is not going to put you in that situation till He knows totally that you can handle it. I mean, it is what it is. 6 years, 6 years may not be nothing but 2 seconds to God. That's His fact. You know what I'm saying? And I keep thinking to myself, I'm human, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about the 2012 speculations or whatever, this, that, or the other. I'm not worried about that. Why? Because I believe God says that no man knows the day or the hour. So I don't trust no man on this earth saying that the earth's going to end on December 12th, 2012. 12, 12, 12, please. That's too specific. He said no day or the hour. So you telling me 12, 12, 12. I'll be kind of like, hold on. Okay, I know we in the United States and we have three different times on, maybe four, I don't know. And it's all 12 o'clock at different times. Cross seas is different 12 o'clock, whatever. Nobody knows the days or hour. But I do pray, and God knows the desires of your heart. I do not want to leave this earth without being a mother and having a nuclear family with me, my husband, and my child or children. So he knows my heart. So I'm hoping to see that through. But to all my single ladies of 2012, don't rush, don't settle, don't beg for no relationships. When it's for you, it's for you. Now I know I'm sick, but I wouldn't be myself if I didn't do it. And it's just a little bit, so bear with me. What God has for me, it is for me. What God has for me, it is for me. I know without a doubt that He will bring me out. What God has for me, it is for me. Y'all stay blessed. Keep up the encouragement. Stay strong in the fight, ladies. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Peace.